Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you're someone who has a spot for every one of your tools and you want your truck to be the same way, then the Tmat slide out mat is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. Now, me personally, I like to do a lot of cable management at home just so my stuff looks a little bit nicer and it's just easier to use. And that's essentially what the Tmat is doing for us, just in our truck. So the way this works is you're going to have a lot of different paneling that comes with this. This is just going to plug together kind of like a puzzle piece. You have a male and female end that just snap together just like that. Doesn't really take any time at all. And then from there, you're going to have these blockers. These blockers are just going to slide into these grooves and they're going to section everything off. And that's all there is to it. Now this is going to be perfect for anyone who's more of a tradesman, or you like to do a little bit of off-roading, or you just want your gear to be a little bit more accessible at the tail end of your truck. Now that's just a few examples. We'd love to hear how you're using it in either a photo or review. And what's nice about this is going to be a semi-custom fit, so this will work with a lot of different trucks. And we're going to have other variations for other bed lengths. So we'll have one for your short, your medium, and your long bed. You just need to make sure you plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide. But they're all going to have the same specs and they're going to work the exact same way. So today I'm going to be focusing on three things. We're going to be talking about its modular nature, then we'll talk about the slide out feature, and then I'll talk about the durability and we'll do a road test with it. With this being modular, you can do a lot with it. And in some cases, you can even remove some of the paneling from here. So let's say you have an in-bed gooseneck, you have that ball there, you can just simply remove the paneling in the center and have space for that. Or if you're a tradesman, you want to put all your toolboxes on one side and use the blockers to hold them in place, you can also do that too. The other benefit of this being adaptable is with these blockers, you'll have another type too. This is going to be your more adjustable one. This adds more tension to your gear so they're not sliding around. What that's doing for you is going to help prevent any road noise from being back here, from things just clanking around, bumping into one another. What I really like though is, let's say you got some groceries or some tools that you use pretty frequently. You want to keep them more near the tail end of your truck. And a lot of times on those roads, if they are sliding back, they're just harder to reach. What you can essentially do with these is build a wall just by lining it up with these little notches. And you're going to have a ton of options for that to places pretty much almost anywhere. And that's to prevent that gear from sliding back in those hard to reach places. We're going to show off that slide out feature. Now I did remove some of the items on here because it can be pretty tough if you have a lot of weight back here. So if you have those heavy toolboxes, this might not be the route for you. What you have to do is come over here, grab these openings, and pull them towards you. So if you have any tools here or groceries, you can access that super easy. Now if you're looking for a easier slide out option, then I would recommend the truck trolley. What I like about that is it's going to be on the set system that you can just pull on, and it's going to have wheels. So much easier in that regard, but you're not going to have near as much space because they are going to be on trays, and you won't have space for those toolboxes either. And you probably also noticed once I cleared some space out of here and I slid this, there's nothing else here. Nothing else holding it in place. And that's what's nice about this installation is just basically you just putting these pieces together, fitting it in your bed, and that's all there is to it. This feels really sturdy. It only flexes just a little bit, which is important, especially if you are putting some heavier toolboxes back here. You don't want something that's going to break under that pressure. It is going to flex more when you have a whole section together. You might notice that, but that just makes it a little bit easier to work with. But having something like this where you know it's going to be able to take a beating is important, especially if you're on those longer trips, you got those heavier items back here. You don't want this to break under the pressure. So what we're actually going to do is take it out on a quick little road test to see how they perform. Now we can test this out with the bump cores first. I'm still hearing a little bit of noise back there. We do have those cans. We don't have anything filled up, so that's probably going to move a little bit more than what they typically would if they were filled. But other than that, for the most part, I didn't hear much. So we're making some harder maneuverments now. I can definitely hear some more movement at this point. I'm taking this pretty hard, so in most cases you probably won't experience anything like that. Again, the noise is still pretty minimal. The only thing I can really hear is going to be those gas cans back there. So opening this up, I can already tell some things did move just a little bit. The only things that I see that have moved is going to be those gas cans, which we did hear while driving around, but everything else stayed exactly where it was prior. So really, when you are driving around, if you have any of those larger, even taller items, I still recommend strapping those down in transport. But for the most part, most of this did well. But really, at the end of the day, I think this is going to be something just to make sure everything's a little bit more organized, it looks nicer, and just is easier to access. And of course, if you guys have any other questions, please let us know here at eTrailer. Again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.